You ever watch a tiny food truck turn into a chain of restaurants and think, wait, how did they do that without completely falling apart? That moment right there is exactly what scaling a startup is all about, and it is way more complicated than just making more money. Scaling is not the same as growing, and this is where a lot of people get confused, like they mixed up salt and sugar in a recipe. Growing means adding more resources to make more money, but scaling means making more money without spending a proportional amount more, which is basically the business equivalent of a cheat code. Think of it like the video game Tetris. At the beginning, the blocks fall slow and everything feels manageable and kind of fun. But the moment you level up without the right systems in place, those blocks come flying down and the whole screen fills up faster than you can say game over. Systems are the secret ingredient most early founders skip because they are too busy just trying to survive day to day. A system is basically a set of repeatable steps that runs like clockwork without you having to personally touch every single thing, like a vending machine that just works while you sleep. Automation is systems on turbo mode, and it is one of the biggest reasons some startups scale smoothly, while others have a total meltdown around year 2 or 3. When you automate things like invoicing, customer emails, or inventory tracking, you are essentially cloning yourself without the ethical dilemmas. Here is a wild stat to chew on. Studies show that businesses with documented processes grow up to 66% faster than those that just wing it every single day. That is not a coincidence. That is the universe trying to tell you to write things down and stop keeping everything in your head. Leadership becomes a massive deal when you scale, because the scrappy, everyone does everything culture that made your startup cute and chaotic does not survive contact with 50 employees. You need people who can make decisions without texting you at 2 in the morning, which means hiring intentionally and trusting people enough to actually let them lead. A lot of founders fall into what people call the hero trap, where they become the bottleneck for literally every single decision in the company. It feels heroic in the moment, but it is actually just really expensive micromanagement. Wearing a cape. Poor scaling is also the reason why so many startups that get a big injection of funding or a viral moment just crash. They hired fast, spent faster, and built nothing sturdy underneath all that excitement. Kind of like building a skyscraper on a foundation made of good vibes. Customer experience is one of the first things to crack under pressure when you scale badly. And once people feel like they went from being a valued customer to just a ticket number, they leave fast and they tell everyone about it. Scaling well means your 100th customer feels just as taken care of as your first one did, back when you knew everyone by name. Strategic planning sounds boring and corporate, but it is basically just deciding where you want to go before you start running, which seems obvious until you realize most people just start sprinting with no destination. A good scaling plan includes your target markets, your hiring timeline, your technology needs, and a realistic financial model that does not just assume everything goes perfectly. Profitability does not automatically follow growth, and this is the plot twist that humbles even the most confident founders. You can have 10 times the customers and still lose money if your cost structure was never built to scale, which is why understanding your unit economics early is honestly one of the most important things you can do. The companies that scale the best treat it like a science experiment. They test small, measure everything, and only double down on what actually works instead of just copying what a bigger competitor did. You do not need to be Amazon on day one. You just need to be a smarter version of yourself than you were last quarter. The good news is that scaling is a learnable skill, not some mystical gift that only Silicon Valley insiders possess. Communities of founders, free resources, and mentors who have already survived the chaos are genuinely everywhere if you are willing to look and ask good questions. So if you are sitting there thinking your startup might be ready to grow, but you are not sure where to start, that feeling of productive confusion is actually a great place to be. And if you want to learn more about how our company helps businesses scale the smart way, go ahead and check out all the links we left for you in the description.